Careful!
What do you think about it?
Are you talking about the torturing?
What else? Seems to me you were all too willing to do that dirty work.
What was I supposed to do? It was a goodwill gesture. What's more, we finally have a chance to put the screws on someone who at least has some answers. Besides, from what you said, you don't particularly mind dirty work.
You're right. In short, it's our task.
But don't get the wrong idea. I'm also hoping we'll manage it without nasty shit.
I don't even know how to torture properly.
I don't even know how to torture badly. For things like that, nobles have minions.
Only now the minions are...
Us. True. Come on. Let's get it over with as quickly as we can.
I've been thinking about that torture.
And? Are you ready? Von Berghoff will soon lose patience.
Let's do it.
New blood? Did the last two get tired?
We're not Trotsky guards.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I still won't tell you anything.
Lord von Berghoff thinks otherwise.
Aye? Then all three of you can go and hold hands on your way to hell.
Ha ha! We've got a joker here. Who are you?
Nobody important.
That's for us to judge, if you wouldn't mind.
And who are you, if you're not guards?
We asked first. So answer nicely, or...
Or we'll use force.
Do as you like, yellow bellies. You'll end up just like von Berghoff. On the gallows. Like all traitors. Ah! Fuck off!
This is going nowhere. You know, my friend here is a blacksmith's son. And he knows well what to do with things like these tongues here.
You won't get anything out of me. Bigger men have tried. So take those tongues and shove them up your arse, you horse and traitor!
They won't fit me, but they might fit you. Should we try?
Anything. Just spare me the jokes, please.
Let's do what we came to do. You can see there's no point in fooling around with him. Now you're going to talk, you fucking louse. Understand?
I'm not saying anything. Do as you will.
Where's that band of yours hiding? You're playing the hero here, but we already know where you rats are holed up.
You don't know shit.
We know it's Nebakov.
What? How could you know?
We were there. How did you manage that?
Old Nabak is a gullible fool, like you two. And stupid as he is, he didn't have many men in the fortress. We took it with one finger up our noses.
Just who are you people? I doubt you're just common bandits.
Indeed not. We actually give a shit about the fate of this land. And above all, we don't want it fucked up by sellouts like you!
Bollocks! You're nothing but a band of mercenaries raiding for coin. You're no different than bandits. So don't try to turn your crimes into something noble. I know quite well what you are. And I'll tell you in a language you understand.
Why did you ambush us? Over by Rock Tower Pond.
Fuck! That was you! I knew I saw you somewhere before, and I'm sorry it wasn't for the last time.
You slaughtered a party of messengers, you goddamn monsters! My innocent men!
In war, no one is innocent. All of you on von Bergov's side deserve to die.
You're not worth the effort. Somebody in the region must be helping you.
I'll tell you no more. Nothing! Go and crawl back to your von Bergov.
But you will.
Go to hell, for Christ's sake! Ah! You bastard! We've got a connection in the region, but I won't tell you more. Never!
Let's change the subject.
No! We have to find this out! We've got to get in von Bergov's good graces.
What do you want to do?
What I must. Listen close, you stinking rat. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein and Rattay. Your band slaughtered my retinue. For no good reason. Oates, Conrad, Tankard, Nicholas. I knew them for years. They weren't just names to me. So I feel like you owe me something. I want to know who's working with you in the region. Now! Otherwise, you'll be the first bandit cur ever tortured to death by a nobleman with his own hands. And believe you me, I'm going to enjoy it. So, what's it going to be? Choose quickly.
Kurva!
The name! Say the name!
Older! Sabine!
The groom! That's why he left his own wedding.
Jesus Christ! And what about the others? Once von Bergov finds out...
All hell will break loose! But the people from the fortress are innocent! They know nothing!
Gnarly. Agnes. Good lord.
If you tell him, their blood will be on your hands!
Von Bergov isn't a madman. He'll mete justice out fairly.
My arse!
I think the interrogation is over.
We'll see what Lord von Bergov has to say about it.
Go to hell! And von Bergov too. I pray someone will send you there. Soon.
How do you feel?
Well, I can't say I feel too good about it. But in the end, it wasn't all that horrible. I mean, you had to squeeze him a bit. But I'm glad it didn't go too far.
He told us something, didn't he?
Well, that they're based in Nabokov. But what he came out with in the end about that Samin being an ally, I just can't understand it. Why, for God's sake, has Samin turned against von Bergov? It's open rebellion.
Do you think the others in the fortress are in on it too?
I hope they're innocent. But either way, it looks like a terrible mess.
Well, that's exactly why I think we should keep the news about young Semin's involvement to ourselves for now.
I'm not so sure, Henry. Von Bergov trusted in us. Won't be tired as if he ever discovers we lied to him. But do what you think is right.
I wanted to ask about that diary of yours. He's a highly experienced and independent fellow. He got the He milled back on its feet. Trying to power now. Now he's already started bringing in decent money. And now...
Careful.
That's a godsend. Aye, that's why I asked. A few of our...
I bring news from the torture chamber.
We will not talk about that here. Come to the hall, so Burgrave Hashek can hear it too.
We interrogated that captive, as you ordered, sir.
And were you able to find out anything useful?
I think you'll find some of it useful, sir.
Speak then.
Your suspicions about the folk in the region haven't proved true. It seems the bandits are working on their own.
That doesn't sound right to me. Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, sir.
Nobody could be such a fool as to stand against you, sir.
Perhaps.
We've confirmed the information about Nebakov. The bandits are holed up there. The ones who've been ambushing your men throughout the region.
And us as well.
We will take care of them soon.
That's all we found out.
I must say, you got quite a lot out of him. Certainly more than your men managed, Hashek.
But, sir, they...
In any event, the die has been cast. We will wait until my vassals in the vicinity muster up, and then march on Nebakov.
Certainly, sir.
And, sir, before that, could we discuss that matter of ours?
Soon I shall throw a feast, so we can discuss the plan of attack with the other lords. Of course, you shall be my guests. But now, go and rest. We have a long day ahead of us.
Yes, sir. Very well, sir. Henry, come for me this evening. We'll go there together.
I apologize. Greetings to you.
Lord von Berghoff sent me. I'm supposed to collect, a gift in return for my services.
If he sent you directly to me, you must have made quite an impression on him. In that case, I'll give you one of our best weapons. What would you choose?
I'd like to take a short sword.
A weapon fit for both a squire and a knight. Use it with discretion and honor. Having the right armor for your choice of weapon wouldn't go amiss. I don't think Lord von Berghoff will mind if I give you something extra.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you want to train your combat skills, I'm at your service. After all, any weapon is only as good as the man who wields it.
Do you know when von Berghoff plans to attack Nebakov?
I'm not a soothsayer. I don't know any more than you, Henry. I reckon he'll announce his plan to his vassals at the banquet.
What can we do in the meantime?
Wait? What else? Try to amuse ourselves? You can manage that by yourself, can't you? Come and pick me up this evening, before the banquet.
What would you like?
Show me your wares.
What can you do, sir? Maybe next time.
I knew it'd be good. I said as much.
God be with you. What would you like?
Greetings. Greetings to you, friend.
A good day to you. What brings you here?
Where did you come from, sir?
I brought here some of Lord of Hochwart's men-at-arms at the request of our Sir Otto.
Why didn't your lord come with you?
Unfortunately, he left to take care of some things in Moravia a month ago, and hasn't yet returned. So I have to stand in for him, as well as protect his youngest daughter, Adelita, who insisted on joining us for the journey.
Intrigued by combat and noble knights, is she?
Oh, you have no idea the sort of bother that lass gives me. She's used to having everything her way, and it's driving me mad.
Surely it's not that bad, is it?
Let me tell you, I hope we go back to Hochwarth soon. Ever since the Knight Florians started circling around Adelita, I haven't had a moment's rest. And what's more, I've got this feeling in my bones that something terrible is going to happen. And believe you me, my old bones don't lie. Till we meet again.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Nothing to your liking, sir.
I bought a lovely U-bow the other day for a great price.
What good's a bow to you, for God's sake?
What a waste of money. Didn't you hear that the king himself announced that everyone should have a good bow on hand?
Which king would that be?
I don't know exactly, but when the king commands...
Good to see you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
You've come just at the right time.
It looks like we'll eat and drink our fill before going into battle, eh?
It'll be mostly a lot of pointless small talk, if you ask me.
You're not looking forward to the feast?
I'm fed up with this waiting. I'd rather set out right now and wring fuckers' necks one by one. And above all, I want to put that lying fraud from Nabokov in irons.
That makes two of us. We'll get him. Don't worry. I'm sure von Burgov has good reasons for caution.
I hope so. And I'd rather get this messenger business off my back too.
Well, get back to enjoying life without the tiresome duties of a nobleman.
You bet. We'll live it up when we get back home. But now, let's go and hear what Sir Otto has to say to us.
I'm hoping for some good drink and crispy roast meat while we listen.
Let's go then, before there's nothing but bones and empty pitchers left.
Lord Capon and his page. At last.
Good evening, friends. Join us, please, and sample what our kitchen has to offer. Wench! Pour Lord Capon some wine.
We have excellent Hungarian wine, sir.
Thank you. I won't say no. I'll be glad to drink to our upcoming victory over that rabble from Nabokov. And perhaps to an alliance against other such saboteurs throughout the Kingdom of Bohemia?
Well said. Just what I like to hear. What do you say to that, Ulrich?
It is certainly gratifying to hear a young lord expressing such concern for our country's fate.
True. It is admirable that you are determined not to betray your Uncle Hanush's trust. Our agreement stands, of course. But I'd like to remind all of you here that politics is mainly about making the right compromises, not hasty decisions.
We have the same interests, Sir Otto. We'll be happy to help you deal with those criminals at Nabokov. And let's hope that our cooperation doesn't end there. You know better than anyone how many similar bands plague our kingdom.
Well said. It seems Hanush and Rezig have an eye for capable and eloquent servants. As soon as we are finished with that rebel, I shall write a reply to your letter. But now to the business at hand, my friends. We discussed this long and hard, but we came to the conclusion that the best thing would be to catch them by surprise. And for that reason, we will set out for Nabokov at the crack of dawn tomorrow.
And we will string up the insolent bastard who commands the bandits from the nearest tree.
More wine, Lord Chamberlain?
No, thank you. The Lord Chamberlain needs a clear head. He will lead the assault on the fortress.
What? Sorry, sir. But did you say we'll be under Ulrich's command?
Who else? My captain is injured, and I am expecting an important visit. Unfortunately.
Aha. And may I know what the Lord Chamberlain's plan is?
Of course you may. It's nothing complicated. We'll pass through the Trotsky Gorge early in the morning and reach the fortress unobserved. A quick charge will get us over the palisade, and we'll catch that rabble by surprise. They won't know what hit them. Ha ha!
I'm sorry, sir. But isn't that kind of frontal assault needlessly risky?
Risky? Peasants with pitchforks could handle that rabble. Have no fear, Lord Capon.
Well, that wouldn't be my plan.
Sorry, sir, but I think my lord here has more experience of soldiering than your chamberlain. He fought with valor during the conquest of Pribyslavitz and the siege of Talmberg, and I think he'd be more useful.
I have no doubt Lord Capon is very experienced for someone his age. But I'd rather entrust my forces to someone more mature. You're not offended, I hope. Ore.
Oh, perish the thought, sir.
It's thanks to the Lord Chamberlain that this castle is standing. I have complete faith in his abilities.
My friend, send your servant to the smithy for armor and to see
Catherine, sir.
To see Catherine for wine for the journey. We'll move out as soon as the sun rises. Be so kind and get me another pitcher of the Hungarian wine, will you?
As you wish. Just a moment, Lord Chamberlain.
I promise, sir, that this will be my last wine today. The next wine I drink will be to celebrate our victory.
Your health, then, gentlemen. Eat, drink, and be merry. But don't overdo it. Tomorrow, I expect you to display your knightly valor for our rightful and joint cause.
Anything else, lad?
I'd like to speak to Sir Otto.
Certainly. What is it, then?
Would I be right in assuming nobody else knows about the content of our message yet?
Correct. And that is how it will stay, until I decide on my reply to Anush.
What about the League of Lords? Do you think you'll convince the other nobles as well?
Careful now, young man.
The war hurts everyone, without exception. And that is why it has to stop. Everyone agrees on that. Each one of us has to consider what he can do for peace in the land. You can show what you can do tomorrow, when we settle scores with those bandits.
We'll make short work of them.
I'll try not to let you down, sir.
Certainly. We will talk tomorrow when it's over. I do not let capable men go unrewarded, Henry.
Junger Mann, komm her!
Ah, you must be that Henry from the Lord of Lipa, eh?
What's the discussion about, gentlemen?
We're just talking about the ambush on Lord von Berghoff's men.
Apparently, it was the same man who attacked your company by the pond.
Aye, no doubt about it. It's the same band of troublemakers.
Who got the better of you twice, eh?
Zweimal?
That's right. They say that at Nabokov, Lord Capon parleyed with someone pretending to be old Nabok. But in fact, it was none other than the leader of those disgraceful scoundrels.
Dann ist es ja kein Wunder that puffed-up Capon won't talk to us. He's afraid we'll make fun of him.
Sorry, sir, but let's talk about something else.
Watch your tongue. You don't want Henry to take offense and fly off the handle again?
Ja, du hast recht. I went too far. If I've offended you, Henry, we can settle scores. I'm at your service. But if you'd rather try your luck, we can have a game of dice. That strikes me as a better option than going at each other with swords. Wie war das? Do you play dice, friend?
I understand. Let's play then. But I'm warning you, you'll lose your shirt.
We'll see about that, Bursche. I give no quarter.
Heute werde ich Glück haben. I can feel it in my bones.
Let's drink, my friends. Truly excellent wine.
Hungarian, they say. So let's hope it won't do us any harm.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know.
Are also Christians.
I've seen people play better,
Appalling names.
but never worse.
Pigs. They rob and kill our people.
Sigismund should have thought
Schön.
hard before hiring brutes like them.
Sigismund is like a fox.
Oh my
That's what
God!
I'm talking about,
Nine!
Talon. That's how you have to play.
Jobst and his ilk.
They want the kingdom all to themselves, so they can rob and plunder. It's clear as day.
You have to have a bit of sense and count the dice.
Here.
Ave Maria.
Diese.
Oh my God! It'd be good.
Nine!
I said as much.
If I was you, I'd take it.
Even a fool gets lucky sometimes.
Those disputes with the monastery have done him in.
To hell with the prelates.
Schön.
Sick to death. They put their claws into everything and always want more.
Exactly. Worse than those damn burgers.
You know I had to sell them the upper pot.
Terrible times.
Oh my
Good.
God!
Has to
Nine!
work out sometime.
Someone should clip their wings.
But Wenceslas won't do it because he loses allies against the high nobility.
Right. That pack of thieves are bribing him to get our nightly titles.
That was a good game, friends.
Aye. Every game is good when you fatten your purse.
Lady Fortune gives and takes by turns. A few groschen, one way or the other, won't ruin me.
But you're still in debt to me, though.
Well, that's true. I apologize for what I said. I wasn't being serious. No offense, friend. I just wanted a bit of fun.
The cook here is an absolute treasure.
The cook is a woman, my lady, and she's worth her weight in gold.
You must be Henry, yes?
Lord Capon's servant.
I'm not local, so I'd like to introduce myself, gentlemen.
We're not local either, but we've already heard of you.
Aye. Mainly about your brushes with the law. Truly amusing escapades, if what they say is true.
Well, we had a couple of misfortunes, but I don't know what you heard.
Only that the village yokels took you for beggars and clapped you in the stocks.
Well, after you'd beaten up a couple of them, including the local bailiff's son.
Well, as I said, we had a couple of misfortunes.
Of course, no offense intended. We're glad to meet you.
My name is Olbram, and this is Yeshek of Bor.
What about tomorrow? Will you join us in the attack?
Of course. I've brought so many men we could take the bark off on our own.
I hope you'll leave room for us as well, Yeshek.
Have no fear. The main thing is that old Lord Nebag doesn't drop dead before we can save him.
Well, if we burn down his castle, he's bound to have a fit.
I think Sir Yaramir will be pleased if we get rid of those scoundrels without needless damage.
Aye, aye.
Old Yeremir was always terribly proud of that little castle of his. He toiled all his life to build it. Yet it's nothing more than a hut on a rock. All the better for us. We'll take the hood in a trice, and then relieve Yeremir of a few barrels from his cellar.
I can't wait to see the look on his face when he finds out how much the rescue will cost him.
He'll be happy to give us the wine. Better to be alive and well than cold for eternity.
Any news, gentlemen?
Yes. We were just talking about the Finger of God.
What's that? Some book?
Nobody knows, but the name is truly odd, isn't it? Apparently Sir Otto paid a fortune for this finger in Prague.
Sounds like some holy relic, doesn't it?
Aye. But it occurred to Albram that it might be some new castle bell.
I heard him telling Chaplain Nicodemus that the castle needs a new bell. Throwing around coin like that when there's a war on is a sin, I tell you.
But our Sir Otto has deep pockets, and the war hasn't changed that. Quite the opposite, if anything.
Aye. Once you get involved in politics in Prague, the coin comes rolling in. You and Lord Capon are here on political business, aren't you? You're envoys of Hanush of Lipa, and the king's favourite, Radzig Kobyla, right?
Yes. We brought a message from Sir Hanush and Margrave Jobst. Now we're just waiting for Lord Bornbergov's reply.
What does Margrave Jobst want?
To end the war, I think.
Well, well. Jobst himself wants to make peace with the League of Lords.
Aye. And free our king from captivity.
Interesting. Yet it was him who was at war with Wenceslaus just a year ago.
Indeed. Another reason to have a drink.
This is Henry, my lady.
We have a poet among us, eh?
Me, a poet? I leave that sort of thing to Florian there. Women swoon in his arms, and then men swoon in exasperation. There's a poetic soul for you, if only his verses were any good.
Seems Florian makes your blood boil, eh?
Aye, he's too big for his boots. He needs to be taught a lesson. But I'll pay him back for his jokes soon enough.
Tell me more. I'll be glad to help you.
Excellent. I need to get Florian back for one of his jokes. It should hurt him a little.
What did he do to you?
He persuaded a certain damsel to let him dress up in her clothes. When I sang beneath her window one evening, they all thought it was hilarious. And that twit threw lilacs down to me from the window.
How awful. How do you want to get your revenge? Challenge him to a duel?
Nothing of the sort. No violence. We'll just make fun of him a little. I know that one damsel gave him a ring, and it'd be interesting to slip the ring to her best friend.
Well, that sounds like a pretty cruel joke. Well, I'll be happy to help. Where can I find the ring?
He's bound to have it in the chest next to his bed at the very top of Crone Tower.
Ah, now I see why you don't fancy going there.
Well, the most important thing is that everyone sees I'm here, but nobody will notice if you leave. All you have to do is bring it to me unobserved. I'll take care of the rest.
You got a moment? I've heard you're a local hero.
My boy, even the sparrows in the eaves are serenade.
What is it? I thought a good old feast would cheer you up.
You call this a good feast? Nothing but puffed up peacocks sucking up to each other, pretending they don't smell of dung. And the Chamberlain. My God. I can't take another moment of that fool.
Ah, sod the Chamberlain. He's a conceited idiot.
And how many battles has he won, eh?
You heard Lord von Berghoff. He trusts him.
Ulrich is a master of the quill, that's all. By the way, thanks for standing up for me.
You're welcome. I definitely trust you more in battle than him.
When push comes to shove, I won't be paying much heed to that buffoon's orders.
I get that, but you gave von Berghoff your word as a knight that you'd help him. That band of cutthroats killed our men as well. And we don't have a chance against them on our own.
Oh, maybe. You know what? I've had enough. I'm going to bed. But don't you forget to stop by the smithy for my sword and armor. And fetch some wine from Catherine. If you want my advice, try not to get too shit-faced. We've got a battle to fight tomorrow.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
All right. Good night then, Henry.
So, how are you enjoying the feast? Christ, do you even drink at all?
Ah, good to see you. At least I know one person here. I wouldn't mind a few more feasts like this now and then. Have you tasted the Hungarian wine?
I remain on duty, so I can't. But when I see how the others are enjoying it, sacre, I miss Prague.
You're a regular martyr, but we're in the same boat. My lord also told me not to drink. What was von Berghoff doing in Prague?
He's the royal chamberlain, so he's in charge of collecting taxes from royal towns and monasteries. And he was negotiating with the League of Lords as well, of course.
What? He promised he'd support the proposal of Hannes of Lipa.
Maybe, but he can hardly call off negotiations with Rosenberg and the other powerful lords. Politics isn't blind man's buff. Besides, you only gave him the message after he came back from Prague, didn't you?
Do you know what the negotiations in Prague were about?
No, because I'm not a spy.
But personal bodyguards often hear all kinds of things, don't they?
Well, Hohenstein and Riesenberg are quarreling over some nonsense in Saxony. Lichtenberg is trying to play both sides, and the mighty Rosenberg is scheming against everyone. Aye, and Bocek of Kunstadt is looking for a husband for his niece, Yitka. She's pretty, so it won't take long.
I thought the League of Lords was supposed to be united.
What? Then? No chance. Having too many roosters in the yard always ends badly.
Have you heard the plan of attack?
No. Ulrich is keeping it all close to his chest.
Not that there's any point.
I noticed that your lord isn't too fond of the Chamberlain.
That's one way of putting it.
Sir Otto respects him, and I trust him. But it's true, Ulrich is a bit strange.
He's a conceited fool, you mean?
If it's glory that you seek, you cannot be shy and meek.
Do you know the other guests?
They're noblemen from these parts, but I don't know them personally. That cheerful little fellow in the middle is Hermann Palitz, known as Littlehead. Pity you didn't see his performance on the barrel. Thankfully, the barrel gave way before Littlehead.
And the other one? The thin one?
Florian of Lomnitz, a famed wit, fair of face and well-spoken. The ladies swoon. For all he could care, well, we'll see what kind of company he prefers in the end.
What about you and the local womenfolk? Got your eye on anyone?
Come off it. I'd have to stand in line behind Herman and his ilk. I'd rather have a drink with you.
I never say no to a pretty woman.
Enjoy yourself. A pitcher of wine makes a good day better still. But too many pitchers will leave you feeling ill.
The worst, sing like a bird. I've already sent to Yachin for the executioner. He may be a dreadful butcher, but he's a master of his trade.
I'm sorry? Have you got a moment? I've heard you're a local hero.
My boy.
Shall we have a chat, Bonnie lad?
My boy.
Where can I find the serving girl with the wine?
I don't know. Ask Manietta. She's the cook.
Greetings. What do you want?
Excuse me, have you seen Catherine?
What do you want her for?
I'm supposed to get some wine from her for Laura Capon. I can't find her.
For that handsome young man? I'll go and get her, and you can forget about that ninny Catherine.
Well, the thing is, they told me...
Forget it! God knows where that cow's got to again. I ain't seen her all evening. But don't worry. I'll be happy to give you wine for Lord Capon myself. I'd just like to ask if you could open the spice chest for me in the meantime. The lock got stuck again and won't open for love nor money.
Who locked it like that?
Nobody. It's one of Ossina's amazing locks.
Fantastic. He really is quite a blacksmith. Sorry, but I don't have time right now.
Oh well. I'll have to find someone a bit less useless. Here's your wine. Now stop wasting my time. I've got cooking to do. Farewell, sir.